welcome to my channel, Knitting Books, etc. My name is Cristina and I come to you from Lisbon, Portugal. Today I'm here to do, I think it's my fourth or fifth installment of the Amigurumi book tag. This tag was launched by Crystal from Chronically Crocheting, I think 2 years ago. And because of her and because of this tag, my Amigurumi library increased, I don't know, 500 or 600%, I think. I had less than a dozen books of Amigurumi, and now, at this moment, I have 119. So you may say I've got a problem. I am going to show you my acquisitions since my last Amigurumi book tab video. And I'm going to start with one which is from Meteoor books, Amigurumi plushies. I had never done anything with this yarn, so I made my first plushie, the dolphin here, with Portuguese yarn. This yarn, I am kind of allergic to this, to acrylic and nylon, and while I was crocheting, I got burned here in my left finger because of that, but I enjoyed making it anyway. These books are from Meteoor books, and as my friends say, I should have subscription because I always pre-order their books. I am currently waiting for the one book which is about reversible Amigurumi. As soon as they have it for pre-order, I normally order it, and I immediately receive the PDF of the book, which is great because I like to browse the patterns in my book. I often pick my books up and browse them, but then I like to follow the instructions on my iPad, because then I can mark them and without ruining the book. These are the plushies. They have all the plushies here, so you can see, and they are in this case it's Teresa's crochet shop, so it's the designer, it's only one designer, Teresa Kitcher, I guess, I don't know. And oh, look at this, so sweet. So they are all great designers. Crystal from Chronically Crocheting is going to do a crochet along, I think in May, with this book. So I hope to join her there. Look at some of the designs. And these books are so great. I have them all, except for one, which is my big sorrow, because one of them is sold out, which is Amigurumi Globetrotters, and I wish I could find that book to complete my collection. You can see there, I think, yeah, that shelf there is full of Meteoor books. Okay, The great majority of all the other books I have here are books that I heard about in the tag. So I'm going to show you some of them. One of the most recent ones is this very sweet book. I saw Pamela from Ginger Crafts Crochet, I think, talking about it, and I think all the designs in this book are absolutely lovely. I like this. Here the reindeer, I don't know if this is a panda. Yes, it is, it's Peter Panda. This is a zebra corn, so a cross between zebra and unicorn, I think. I saw Julie from KS Mums Crochet showing her whale, which is from this book. So all the designs are just adorable. Then one of the authors I learned about in the tag is Lauren Espy, and I had already her book. Well, I bought her book Whimsical Stitches because of the tag, and then because I'm a completist. So if I like a book, then I check all the books of the author, and I tend to buy them all. So I resisted for some time because this book is one of the books that many people talk about. I resisted because I'm not much into food, amigurumi food, I mean. But sometimes people, for example, I have a friend who works at a children's school, and they have kitchens there, and so food is always appreciated as toys. I would make them without the eyes. So, but it is a very beautiful book. It is organized as a menu. So you have, for example, here, falafel pita. You have, this looks like the menu, but it's the recipe. And then you have the picture. Also, as in the other books by Lauren Espy, she has loads of photos showing every detail possible. So it's a very good book to learn. For example, I still have some difficulties in sewing or understanding some of the things, but the book is packed full of pictures with every technique. For example, this one here is only about the magic ring, and it has all these pictures related to that. So it's a great book. I would say it's a good book for someone who is learning to crochet amigurumi. And of course, because I do like to make animals, and Lauren has also published 2 books with animals. I got those 2 books. So you have here the first one, and this is an example of the animals that come with the book. I think they are all lovely and all very well explained. And this is volume 1. So you have 15 crochet patterns to create adorable amigurumi critters. And again, loads of pictures for generic information, and then also for in each pattern you have detailed pictures. For example, here you have the orca, and you have all these pictures. Let me show you. One of the things I appreciate here is that for each pattern you have a big picture with lots of white space around, which I think it's lovely. For example, here you have a sloth. Can you see? So very good book. And following the first volume, she came out with the second volume. I think that Julie from KS Mums Crochet made a video with a look inside the second volume, and I remember that she mentioned that her animals are more realistic in the sense of the way they are not sitting or standing. They have their forepaws, for example, on the ground like they would normally or in reality have. Like, look here, the dog, and etc. There are two lovely books, and I intend to make many of these animals and learn with them, because the detail of instructions is great. Then some of the classics that were mentioned very, very often were the kawaii crochet books by Melissa Bradley, and and I finally caved in and got them. You have kawaii crochet and kawaii crochet garden. They are very beautiful books. They have plethora of patterns, and the interesting thing is that they are organized by color. So you have the table of contents and you have these clouds of color, because then you go to each section and you have, in the beginning you have several pages with color theory, and then you start with your patterns with the color. So you have, for example, here red, and then you have here in this book you have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, and brown. And they are all lovely items. Very many types of items. Many are, again, food, which I can do without the eyes, like for example, but other objects as well. The garden book, I think it's even more beautiful because of look at the plants, the detail, and the flowers. They are very beautiful. It's also organized by color, although here you have some colors are different. So you have red, pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and white. So no brown here. But the patterns are very, very, very beautiful. For example, here you have the yellow, and you have all this, the flowers, the vase, the vases, everything is explained. I haven't done anything yet because this is a recent acquisition, but they are all very beautiful. Can you see? Look. I think this is a great book. One of the most referenced or talked about books I found in several channels is this one. At the beginning I didn't think much about it, but now I'm glad I have it. I think I'm going to start with this dragon because I think he's so cute. So these are several images, several patterns of the imaginary creatures, like this is a phoenix, for example. This a flying pig, he's so adorable. And there are 20, the jackalope. So they all have a large picture like that. You can also see the back, which is plus for me, be able to see where the tail and what's the style of the tail and where the tail goes and so on. And I cannot tell you whether, look at this dandelion, okay. I cannot say whether the patterns are well done or not, but I guess they are because many people mentioned the book. I still have to do, because again, a very recent acquisition. Then I remember Caroline from for the love of crochet, say lots of good things about a book that she said that if you could find it, because it's sold out, if we could find it, just to grab it. So that's what I did. I think this was secondhand, I don't remember, and I grabbed it. I still haven't looked at it with much attention, but look at this. I like these. Are each pattern has the animal saying something, and I remember that the bird says that he already, what did he say? I tweeted before it was, I was tweeting before it was cool. So every character says something like that. So in this case, but they look to be very simple patterns, easy to make, but still cute. One of the publishers of the books I like, and I think I mentioned that, is Tuva. Tuva Books or Tuva Publishing, I don't know. And they have several different types of books. I have many of their books. I showed them already in the previous installments of this series. And I got a more recent one, which is this book, Amigurumi People, 16 Wonderful Characters to Crochet, and the author is Mei Li, or her Amigurumi, okay? And one of the things I appreciate is this, where she says, learn a new technique with each doll you make. And you have several dolls with several situations, professions, and situations. Like, for example, you have Sleepy Time Sophie, Elena the doctor. You have a doctor, a firefighter, astronaut, an exchange student, a ballerina. Then you have a grandma, best friends, etc. So I can show you here this page, which it's a gallery of projects. So you have several characters, and this here it's a crochet blanket. What does she have? I don't know, but it looks like a crochet blanket or wrap or something like that. So they look cute, but again, this is a very new book. I still have to even read it properly. Here you have some. I find this hair funny. I'm curious about the book. From the same publisher, I got this one. I think this is an older book. I saw it in, I think it's Cassandra's Craftly Ever After mentioned it. I don't know if it was her, but I have another book from this author, which is Lana Choi, I think. And strangely, this book from the Tuva Publishing is shorter than the other books. All the others I have, many of them are, I don't know if it's sponsored or whatever, by this brand, which is a yarn brand. But all the other books from this publishing house are like this one. This one is shorter. I don't know why. But here you have some of the characters of the book, and they are very cute. And you also have a water bottle cover. I think it's this book. Let me see. That has some amigurumi, but the stuffing is a water bottle. Let me see. You have the beginning of the book has several pictures of the animals. I'll show you some of them. I don't know if it's this book that has that water bottle cover, but here you have some of the designs. Let me show you more. Yes, here it is. Here, okay, let me show you the other pages. Here you have some more designs, and here you have the water bottle covers. Just a minute. Okay, here they are. Look, I think they are very cute. Some more these characters here. Okay, so I'm looking forward to reading this and trying one of their patterns at least, because I made the resolution this year that I would be picking up one book after another and make something from the book, from each of my books. So I said that I have 119 Amigurumi books. So I have already made some toys, some patterns from each book. For example, this last one again, I made this, and I have a bee on as a whip. But there are many books from which I haven't done anything yet, and I feel that I want to make every pattern from every book. So I have enough patterns to last me several lifetimes, but I am going to try to do one from each book in sequence. I don't know what I was going to say. Yes, because I don't buy patterns. I have perhaps half a dozen individual patterns or collections, but I now avoid, even if I am very tempted. I love books. They are my joy. I love to browse them. I love to smell them, sniff them, and I love to make the patterns from each book, and that's my thing. So I like the books, I enjoy them, I don't feel depressed or guilty because I have so many. On the contrary, I'm very happy with them. I have several in my wish list. So that's my thing, I would say. So one of the books I bought was this one here, and I think this book is great. I like it. I saw it again in several channels, and I am currently making the zebra, that's how I say it, but anyway, for one of my nephews, and I am enjoying it a lot. The patterns are very well written, and for those people who have difficulties in adapting either the US system of writing or the UK system, she has both in the same line. So for example, she says work 6 SC, so single crochets, and then in bracket UK DC. So that's how she does it, and I think it's very good. That you have here patterns. They are very beautiful, and they are all big toys, but then she has some smaller versions of the same one. So for example, Mabel, the bunny, you have Mabel and the baby. So you have this one in a chunky yarn or bulky yarn, and then you have this one, I think it in worsted or something like that. The patterns are very cute. I like the dragon a lot. I like the you have what you have Oh, good. You have here a gallery of several of the patterns, and I think they are all great. I intend to make them all. And the author has some other books, and I have them in my wish list. One of them is a knitting book, and in the cover she has the octopus, but here you have the octopus in crochet format. Look, but because I'm a knitter, I will get the knitting book as well. But she has another one with the cow. I don't remember how the cow is called, but it's very similar to this one with other characters. I am enjoying making the zebra, so I think it's a good book. Then I finally got this one. So I had from Carla Mitrani, I had the Iconic Women book and the one about the zodiac, which I bought mainly because of Julie from KS Mom Crochets, because she adapts lots of dolls that she made are adapted from that book, and she's right. I don't care at all about the zodiac and signs and so on, but I love the dolls from that book, and that's why I got it. And finally I got this one which has so many more women, and I love Anne Frank. Look at her skirt. I love her. I think she's going to be my first toy from this book. But they are all so great. I'd like to have them all made here in a gallery. I have only made Jane Austen from the first book, but I want to make lots more. I find it funny that Frankenstein's monster, this is Mary Shelley, and she wrote the book Frankenstein, which I actually read very recently. But the monster is supposed to be 7 feet and something tall, but here it's a very small monster, but he's cute anyway. I finally got so one of my first Amigurumi book I got was Edward's Menagerie, and then I got many more by Carrie Lord, and they are perhaps some of my favorites, or my favorite, I would say. But I'm trying to find, yes, presently I have 14 books by Carrie Lord, and she is going to launch a new version of her book Birds. I have it, where is it? Just a minute. I have Birds, yes. I have it here. So this book is one of her books, and she, in April, I think it's in April, a new version of the book with several new she has several of these redesigned, so with better patterns, and then some 15 new patterns. And so I have already pre-ordered it, of course. But at present, I have all her books. The two books I hadn't bought before, and I finally did, are the Alexandra's Garden, the vegetables and the flowers. I think flowers was published first, and then the vegetables. Again, I don't much care for eyes and eyes and legs for the vegetables, for example, but I would like to make them to as toys for kids, like for example the carrot without the legs and so on. But if any kid asked me for kale with arms and legs, I would totally make it. Okay, they are very well done as always, and Carrie has several videos on YouTube where we with tutorials about tutorials of how to assemble them and things like that. She also has this book. I think it's beautiful, with the flowers. So several types of flowers. They are all like this. They have the standard body with the arms and legs, and then you have the flowers, and they are very beautiful. The book is also beautifully illustrated, and you have big pictures of each flower. They are very beautiful. And very well, like this, very well illustrated. So my completion syndrome, if you want, is very well satisfied because I finally got the 2 final books from hers. Then some of you might know the I don't know the title in English. I think it's Lulu's Dolls or something like that, but this is Lulu Computine first book. I got it in French when it came out, okay, and now she published, and this one is now translated into English, so many people then got the book in English, but she now has a second volume which is absolutely adorable, which is the family, La Famille de Lulu. So it's her family. Here you have several characters. The first book is organized by seasons, and you have, let me show you, you have the 4 seasons, and with the dolls, I think they are also organized in levels of difficulty. So she says that the spring characters are the easiest ones, and then the last one is the winter one with more detail and accessories. They are absolutely lovely, and her family is, I'm going to show you. Look at this picture here, the grandpa, grandma, and look at she has a knitting basket. Okay, look, I'm going to look at these images here. So her style is very recognizable. The characters are so well done. Look at her skirt, her style. Here's her family. So her family, nuclear family, there are 4 children and the parents and a dog. But then you have you have la maman, le papa, la grande sœur, so the big sister, la petite dernière, the youngest. Then you have Célestin, you have twin, a boy and a girl, they are twins, and you have a grandfather and a grandmother. So this is Lulu's family. So the mother, the father, the eldest daughter, and the youngest, the twins, and the grandparents. They are lovely, lovely, lovely designs, and I love her book. Fortunately, I'm able to read French crochet, so that's okay. 8 dolls. But I guess that this book will come out in English as well. And finally, I had bought some time ago, I don't know when it was published, this book here, Crochet Impkins, which is a recipe book where you have so recipes for each part of a design, and then you can mix and match them and make your own personal designs. So the Impkins, and you have body styles, several body styles, standing and sitting. You have antennae, belly styles, ears, face styles, hats and hairstyles, horns and antlers, scales, tails, wings, clothing, neck ornamentation, accessories. So you have lots and lots of ways of then building your own Impkins, adopting each of these parts. They are sweet, they are lovely, and I love the idea of making unique designs by combining all these pieces. The books are lovely, the paper is very good, the images are absolutely lovely, always with great backgrounds and things like that, for example. So this one is not new in my collection, but I haven't yet tried it. But again, I liked it a lot, and I heard that the author was coming up with a book with of the same style, but this time about monsters. And this is a Bible, a monster Bible. Look at it's a monster of a book as well, and absolutely amazing. All the characters are not the characters, because this again is a recipe book, but you learn a lot. Beautiful images. She has some of her versions of the monsters, but again, each monster is unique because you again have can mix and match what you have here. Lots of body parts and facial features that you can then mix and match. So you have here you have a chapter which is body options, and you have open mouth, blob style bodies, cylinder bodies, egg-shaped bodies, sphere bodies, square bodies, eyeball monster bodies. Then you have a chapter on eye options, mouth options for no mouth bodies, feet options, limb options, and it's a very long look. Limb options, you have all these options here. Then you have scale options, is it? Yeah. Tail options, ear options, antennae options, horn options, hair and hairstyle options, teeth options, belly options, claw options, tongue options, extras or face options. Beautiful book. You have a monster planning sheet for if you want to photocopy. I don't think it's necessary, you just write it on a notebook, and then you have several options. You have a gallery of images with the options. So the body, all those body styles I told you, I just read. It's an amazing book. So all these are only the bodies, because then you have the several options. And then from time to time she has a picture of a monster that she made, and she then says what are the parts that she used. So in this case is a blob body with open mouth with no teeth, axolotl flaps, big long tongue. And here you are. This is and so for each of her examples you have the recipe. I'm sorry, my alarm. Okay, you have the recipes. And finally, my camera stopped recording because this is taking too long. I was saying that finally, because I had the Imkin books and this one, I decided to get her other book. And this one, I haven't even opened it because it just arrived this morning. So I am going to enjoy it today, browsing it, and but this one is full of crochet creatures. I think that this one has 19, so this is a different type of book. It has designs. Of course, I think that, well, we also have some, she says, she has here cute critters with designs, but then she has cute critter parts patterns. So, and I guess that there's the beginning of her idea of doing her recipes, but I think it's a different type. But still she has tables with, for example, you have here instructions, make the parts listed. So she has for each of the designs, like for example here the griffin, you have here the griffin, and she has here a table with a recipe, and she says parts to make. Front leg with rounded foot, cute critter body, rear leg with rounded foot, griffin head, griffin beak, griffin chest and neck piece, griffin claw, griffin ear, griffin tail, griffin wing. And then she gives you the page number and the yarn color and so on for the design. So she had already this idea of picking up parts and making a toy, but that then she refined in the Imkin books and the Monster books. I look forward to reading this one or browsing this one today. And so here are my most recent acquisitions. Again, as I said, I love watching these videos where people show the books and talk a bit about them. I hope that one of these days I will have another episode of this series because I can't have enough books. All right, see you next time. Bye.